Welcome to Pain in the Game, where it ain't personal, just game. I'm Nino, the new Hollywood Hogan, and today we're going to be talking about is this order. Without order, you cannot have any structure. We're going to talk to a business owner, you know what I'm saying, that runs their own security company, man. And allow me to introduce to you Trill Toya. What's going on, Trill Toya?
What up, man?
What's good?
What's good with you?
Now, to y'all, she's Shooter McGavin to me. I've been knowing her for quite some time, and I just like to have like a little, you know what I'm saying, a little something, just joke with her, this and that, that and that. But I've introduced you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I mean, hell, what do you want to know? I've lived a life. Well, I'm Toya, Trill Toya, Security Babe, Auntie. I got so many different names at this point. I've been working security in Huntsville for almost 10 years. I think like maybe 8.5 years, something like that.
Give or take.
Yeah, give or take. I started Lions Pride in 2019. And it's just kind of been up from there. It's been up and down and up and down and down and
around.
And yeah, around. It definitely hasn't been just straight up, but it's been going since then.
But anything successful is going to have its natural ups and downs.
Right.
Well, let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
All right. Where are you from?
Half from Savannah, Georgia, half military brat.
Okay. So you've been traveling around a lot, but you got stuck. Well, I guess your real roots is in Savannah.
Yes. If I have to say I'm from somewhere, I say I'm from Savannah and Texas, from El Paso.
Okay.
Because that's the place that my folks got stationed most often.
Okay. And that's where, what military base out in
Fort Bliss and Biggs Army Airfield.
Okay. And that's really by like the border almost. That's the airfield? Yeah. Okay.
Right there, pretty much.
Okay, you know, Army brat, moved around a lot. You know, you've seen some stuff. And so tell me how your childhood was being an Army brat growing up, because I know pretty much a lot of Army brats can relate.
Nothing, out of the ordinary as far as being a military brat goes. Traveled a few different places, went to school a few different places, got to enjoy, being out on the actual economy in different places like Korea and Germany. But that was pretty much it, just a regular NCO's kid, not like an officer's kid or nothing crazy like that, just out there, bouncing around.
Okay, so what was your education like from elementary, middle to high school?
I think we counted one time and I went to 18 schools total from like starting to the end. I actually ended up just getting my GED. I was like, my mom was like, you're smart. You don't really need this shit. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Took the test, no problems. Started working immediately.
That's what I like. Okay. But even with that transition, like, just give us some, like, as going to school and just bouncing in and out of schools, like, how was that like making friends and things like that?
It's not something that you're really cognizant of, I don't think, when you're a child. But I will say when I've gotten older, like I've had friends reprimand me like, why don't you keep in touch more? You only call me sometimes. And it's just like, it's not really intentional. I fuck with you. I'm used to like, hey, year in, year out. Because not only am I a military brat on this side, moving from place to place, but I'm also going back and forth from parent to parent every year.
Okay.
I'm going Texas, Georgia, Germany, Georgia, so.
That's a lot of getting used to. That's a lot of,
I mean, not when you're doing it from day one.
Okay.
When you're doing it from day one, that's just your existence.
That's your
just
norm.
The way that it's always been for me. So I've lived in Huntsville longer than I've lived anywhere consecutively.
Well, me too. Okay, so as you've got your GED, and you went through the motions of that, and then after you get your GED, that's when life begins really for you. You're an adult at this point. So how does life hit you then?
When I was younger, I always thought it was really unfair, and I still jokingly complain about it these days, but my mom got out on her own when she was 16, just due to things at home not being ideal for a young adult. So like off rip, I'm 16, 17, we living in Germany in military housing, and she's like, you gotta pay rent. You not paying rent. And she's like, well, we get the housing allowance and we don't get to keep it. It has to go to rent. So I was on my own, learning how to be an adult at 16. You finna do the same thing. And I'm like,
Talk about pressure. Talk about pressure. She really brought it to you then. I'm telling you.
she did. But it wasn't as much of a culture shock once I got out completely on my own, doing my own thing. I just flowed with it. I understood that there were hardships that came, and no matter what, at the end of the day, them bills got to get paid.
They come every Thursday and they feel like they just won't stop.
Right. And that's one thing that she definitely taught me. So, I mean, she taught me a lot about being adult. So, I guess once I finally got out there, she had already kind of broke me in. So,
I mean, I feel like Hard Knocks sometimes maybe the best teacher at some point.
they definitely are. I thank them all the time for the hard knocks growing up.
Builds character.
Most definitely.
And
Character.
And a structure
Yeah.
that place order on it. So, hey, shout out to moms.
Yeah. Shout out to moms and my daddy.
I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so after you did that and you paying rent and everything, and I'm guessing that you had to get a job. What was your options?
Oh yeah, well I mean I was already working part-time at the PX on post, but once I got my GED, I went ahead and went up to full-time and I was working.
She was working like a month, so you was getting them deals too. So you know how much that alcohol is on the PX? Y'all better. All right. But as you're working in there and you're working at the PX, you're working full-time. Now you said, hell, I need something more ideal than this, some structure, more solid. So what did you do then?
No, that's not what happened at all.
Okay, well.
That's not what happened at all. I met my ex-husband.
Oh, shit.
I met my ex-husband, my child's father, when I was in Germany, and just fell head over heels in love. Like, my daddy didn't want me to do it. His parents didn't want me to do it. So, of course, we was like, we're doing this.
All for it.
Yeah, if they hadn't known any better, they would have been all for it, and we probably would have hated each other and ran away from each other 100 miles an hour.
Sometimes the parents know best. That's how come the parents come before the child.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I ain't necessarily gonna say derailed my life because I love my child to death. He's perfect, if you ask me. But definitely threw things off track, like pretty much had no aim, no nothing. I'm just out here pregnant.
Yeah?
And then he joined the military, and we moved back to the States.
Okay.
After that.
Give us a timeline.
Oof. So I probably moved back the beginning of 2006. It's so long ago, I couldn't even tell you what month it was for real.
It don't matter.
I feel like the beginning of 2006, something like that, because my son was born in June.
Okay.
So, I was pretty showing by the time I got here. But yeah, like most young, hot, fast romances, that fizzled and died out pretty quick.
They usually do.
Yeah, so back to mama. Now they're back from
So you're
Germany.
back to Germany. Okay, they're back in the
They're back
States.
from Germany. They're stationed back at El Paso again. Because if I'm not mistaken, my stepdad was going to the Sergeant Major's Academy, and that's at Biggs Field in El Paso.
Okay.
So yeah, back over there.
Army or Marine?
Army.
Okay.
And then I got into some real bad trouble. Like, I was thugging. I was out here thugging. And got into some
throwing up gang signs, wasn't you?
Not necessarily, but I was doing some bad shit that I ain't have no business doing. Ended up getting caught. I ain't even gonna say like caught up with the wrong crowd, because like hell, half of it was probably my idea. But yeah, it is what it is. Like, I was young and I've always had the principle that pretty much nobody tells me what to do. I do what I want to do. So I was out here doing wrong, got in trouble, and basically got an opportunity to, even though it was technically illegal at the time, basically got an opportunity to join the Army to skip over a long time in jail.
Oh, yeah. What would they call that back in the day?
I don't even remember. I just remember they outlawed it because it used to happen all the time, but like killers and stuff
Of course.
going over there committing war crimes because they really should be institutionalized somewhere.
Frank Lewis's uncle. Our cousin.
Lord. So joined the Army and got in trouble in there too. Ended up getting up out of there, but luckily, was able to get the full benefit, the training.
Okay.
It just so happened I got put into an infantry unit, and it ended up perfect for me.
Oh, now that kind of leads into my question.
Yeah, that was where I was supposed to be.
Okay. So God, after all of these adversities, God kind of like shifted you and gave you the change that you needed.
Yeah.
Sometimes most change is not willing.
Yeah.
Sometimes change just kind of like push you and force you into where you need to be.
Yeah.
And so.
You got to be willing to break cycles.
I think a lot of people are not willing to break cycles on their own. So, But you landed there. And what infantry unit was you in?
227. Wolfhounds.
Wolfhounds.
The best infantry unit on the planet.
All right. All right. I would say the Army's term, but I already know Marine Corps is ooh-ah, but...
Whoa.
Okay, all right. They use the latrine. So, tell me what it's like being a combat infantry. What position was you in as an infantry? Was you rifleman or anything?
Okay, so here's the thing about it. When I was in, women were not technically allowed to be infantry.
Right.
We weren't technically allowed to be combat arms. So on paper, I was in 325 BSB, if I'm not mistaken. But
Explain what that is.
In actuality, it's basically like it's a larger element that supports, because it's 25th ID. This is so confusing to explain. It's 25th Infantry Division, right? 227, the battalion that I'm in, is inside of the 25th Infantry Division.
Okay.
So, whereas I was in one company that supports the battalion, 325 is a battalion that supports the division.
Okay, so they're basically like in the rear supporting.
A much larger support element.
Okay.
To the division, a much larger support element to a much larger group. Whereas we're a downsized version of that. Basically, if we're supplying these people, 325 is where we get our supplies from. Type shit.
So it's a network. I see how your network is.
Yeah.
It's a circle. This is your battalion.
Right.
They're in that, and then this is where y'all kind of come in and kind of supply in and out.
Right. So I wasn't actually infantry. I was a truck driver in an infantry unit, but on paper we were not in that unit. We were in 325. But me being the gung ho, I want to learn how to do this. Hey, look at what they're doing. I want to do that. Like, I was in with the infantry guys. Hey, they over there doing a mortar class. I want to go learn how to launch mortars. You know what I'm saying? So not only that, but I just had to be a 50 cal gunner. Well, the guys are doing it, so I have to do it. They told me no at first. I was like, fuck that. I'm getting up on that goddamn gun. Y'all got me fucked up. Yeah, I'm getting up there on that gun.
I like that.
Yeah, I did almost everything. I'm not going to take anything from my infantry guys and say that I did everything that they did, but everything that they let me do, I did. I was never I need excuses of why I can't do that, or my stomach hurts today and I can't do that. I'm like, hell no, I want to go, and I want to be on top of the truck or in the lead truck or something. So that pretty much shapes my future.
It really does.
That shaped my future as a whole. I grew to know tactics, war games, basically structures that I was able to put over into my occupation now to help me be successful and help keep people safe.
Of course, because it's like basically running a campaign.
Pretty much.
So, and at the end of the day, you're still a soldier. If the shit pops off, you still have to know how to use your basic training skills. Yeah. And then with the extra tactic skills that you can be more proficient.
Right. So. And it's sad that it gotta be like that. You should not be using shit that you learned in Iraq at the clubs. Lord, if we could just calm the hell down. But you do.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to keep where however you get hired, keep this safe.
Right, right.
So let me ask you a question then. You know, this is one of my questions. What is it about that combat that normal people just don't kind of grasp? Because it changes you in some kind of way that normal Americans take for granted.
Can you rephrase that question? Like, what do you mean that you grasp?
Like, as you being a combat veteran, what is it that the normal American public, the people that are around, is it like a different, like how you talk to people or how people talk to you? It just feel like they're just not on the same frequency.
Oh, yeah, because they're not. So first of all, I have a strong belief, and I think I watched a TED Talk about this, that PTSD, not necessarily only from combat, but PTSD opens up different neural pathways. That some neural pathways maybe is different from each person, but I believe it's something that you have to go through something traumatic in order for that neural pathway to open.
I agree.
Like there might be certain drugs that open certain neural pathways, and then there's certain ones that PTSD opens.
Okay.
So we kind of are on a different wavelength if you really think about it for real. We are on a different frequency. The biggest thing that I notice, other than just us seeming kind of odd, situational awareness is like the biggest thing. People do not know what's going on around them.
I agree.
Like it baffles me. Like you could get this close to somebody and they won't know that you're there, and you could be in their peripheral vision and everything, and they don't even see you.
It's just their awareness is just slightly off. Like
Slightly. It's bad.
It's massive.
It's massive. Like you can't snatch nobody up and kidnap them if they're situationally aware.
Exactly.
They saw you from a mile away.
Right.
And they done prepared or got up out of Dodge or called somebody or whatever it may be. People, think about, just next time you go to a gas station, watch the women specifically.
Oh, I've been, yes.
Watch the women specifically. You might sit on the phone the whole time they pumping the gas, which your back is to the world. You're not paying attention to anything. Go into the car, bent over, with your behind to the world. So anything that's going on behind you, you have no clue what's going on behind you.
Exactly.
Somebody park close enough, snatch you up, turn you around. Next thing you know, you in a van.
Off to Mexico or somewhere off overseas.
Yeah. And I mean, the young kids are even worse. I just told them at one of these parties, I said, y'all would walk right into the kidnapper's van. really would. It's bad.
I believe you. Trust me, I believe you. And then, the environment you work in, not even with the things that come with the club, like alcohol and things like that. It's just more so their just sense of awareness is just lacking.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It's kind of crazy, but hell, it is what it is. That's what they got you here for.
Yeah, life too dangerous for that.
I feel
life
that.
Too dangerous to be walking around not knowing what's going on around you.
I swear.
Folks out here tripping and you don't know what's going on around you.
You're right, because I don't care whatever environment. If you're in a hostile environment, you should be aware of where your surroundings are. I don't care if you're in the hood or a combat situation. Both of them are different, but they say
America is a hostile environment.
Exactly, especially from their history.
Like we have a very bad mental health problem. People are crazy. People are tripping out here.
I agree.
And we just out here.
Let's look at social media and just forget about it. We're desensitized to everything.
Everything.
That's
everything.
Crazy. And then especially you really notice it when you leave the States. When you leave the States and go to let's say if you've been to Korea, like you see how aware they are of things or just how they operate. Just things are just slightly, that's different.
Even to an extent though, like technology really has affected the world that has it. Because obviously, some third world countries, people ain't walking around like this all day.
Exactly.
Those people are looking around.
Of course.
The places that have been bombed lately, those people are looking around.
Most definitely.
But I can't say these days in Korea they're not walking around like this because they're even more onto the tech stuff than we are. So I can't even say that it hasn't affected them. Like, look at Japan on movies these days.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Like, man, Japan is just way advanced anyway. Yeah. had to say China too.
Yeah.
They're way advanced.
Stuff.
I was just looking at some stuff on there, like when it snows out there, they got a water sprinkler system in the ground for their snow. That's crazy.
Yeah, heated roads and shit.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, we out here, we shut down for
Man, some flowers hit the goddamn ground. That's a wrap. Shut the whole city down.
Can't go nowhere.
I'm trying to tell you. But back to the situation of being a combat veteran. All right, how long did you serve doing that?
A little over 3 years.
3 years.
If I'm not mistaken, when we went to Hawaii, because it's still U.S., but it's not mainland.
Yeah.
I think I had to extend like 3 or 4 months or something like that. I can't remember. It was so long ago. But yeah, I think I had to extend a few months because it was Hawaii. And I was like, shit, I don't give a fuck.
Look, I love to be here.
First of all, going to Hawaii and I'm avoiding jail. Where do you need me to sign?
Man, what? Where do I stamp this at?
Right.
So, okay, so I'm guessing you're running, like you only did one tour? One tour. And where did you end your career at? I mean, I've seen you in your career, but what was your rank and what kind of medals did you receive?
E4.
Sergeant?
No, I got skipped over on the board because I was on profile at the time. I fractured my knee while I was in.
Okay.
And sometimes, if you're on profile when it's time to go to the board, sometimes they won't let you.
Ooh.
So yeah, I ended up not going to the board and I ended up getting in trouble like, I don't know, maybe like 2 or they
You just love trouble, don't you?
when they didn't send me to the board, I was like, man, fuck these folks. Like, shit, the fuck you mean? Like, cause it was crazy. I was the master driver of my company at the time. That means everybody that wanted a license had to go through me, including the first sergeant.
What?
I had 4 soldiers underneath me. So it was like, the fuck you mean skipped me over to go to the board because I'm on profile? I hurt myself on duty. And then there was this female, and I'm not talking shit about her because we still talk and I still fuck with her as a person. But off duty, she had a motorcycle wreck, fucked up her collarbone, and they ghost boarded her because she couldn't salute because of her collarbone. Ghost board means that instead of coming in and standing in front of the board and doing the whole thing, answering questions, yelling out the soldier's creed, the NCO's creed, and all that, you come in, salute, they dismiss you, and you go.
What?
So yeah, I was like, man, fuck these folks.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm just gonna live life until the next deployment, and then that whole fuck these folks attitude got me in trouble. And it was like, you know what? Actually, we don't need you, because it was also at the beginning of budget cuts.
Oh, so it's gotta be like 08. It's gotta be like 08.
No, this is I deployed in 08. I came back like 13 months later, 09, the end of November 09, I got back. December 2010, I was out. The end, like 3 days before the new year.
Yeah, because I remember when Obama, he was shutting down a lot of military bases and everything like that.
Starting over the tattoos and everything. Stuff that used to be okay wasn't okay, and you had the option to like get it removed or just go ahead and get
opt out.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff going on. So I fucked up. I got in trouble at the wrong time. I should have had more of a perseverance type attitude, like, okay, they put her at the board instead of me this time, but it's okay, it'll be my time next time, which it probably would have been. But I was young, just came back from deployment, angry as fuck, and they talking about we finna go right back on another deployment. So baby, I'm finna live my life before I go die in Afghanistan.
Exactly.
So yeah, it ended up fucking me up, but these days, I just look at it like it had to have been that's just the way that things were supposed to happen. Maybe I was going to go die in Afghanistan.
You never know.
I never would have been able to save any of the people here that I saved. Like, who knows?
Of course, God's plan.
Right.
God's plan.
It is what it is. I used to be really angry at Uncle Sam about that shit. Like, man, I was dedicated, great soldier. My leadership to this day will tell you, like, nah, she was the shit.
Right.
But I fucked up. I shouldn't have been put out, but I fucked up. So take it in tow, call it what it is.
Accountability.
Yeah, so
I like that.
I used it for something else, and now I'm my own boss. I don't have no NCO telling me what to do, making me do push-ups when I do wrong.
Push the earth.
Right, so it is what it is. Call spade.
I like that. All right. You're out of the military. Tell us what your transition was like. Like, okay, now you're done. I gotta figure out some game plan.
Okay, so at first I actually wanted to stay in Hawaii for a little while. I had me a little boyfriend. We had our whole little group.
Aloha.
We had our whole, no, he was in the Army. He was from Florida. He had cousins up there from Florida. So we had our own little group of like, we all from the South. We all family away from home and the whole nine. So I was like, I'm staying in Hawaii. That rent, we talking about $14.50 in 2010.
Yep.
In 2010, that was outrageous, but I just got out. I ain't got no job, and the country is in a recession right now.
A bad one.
No job. I am not even playing with you when I say I was selling dope, doing hair, and babysitting. I'm so serious.
I believe you.
I believe you. It took a while for the unemployment to process, so I didn't even get that at first. I was behind on my rent, finna get evicted, all that. I was like, baby, I just got to go for what I know, and it ain't last long. It ain't last long.
Right.
I didn't do it for long. I ain't trying. Like I was out there trapping, thugging. It didn't last long at all. But
you had to make ends meet.
Yeah, for a little minute, I had to go ahead and do that. My homegirl had 2 kids, and she was still active duty, so I was watching her kids. Had got me a little party pack and went on and flipped that thing. That's when beans was everything. We was all popping beans like crazy back.
That was a crazy time, guys.
Man, that was a crazy time. Like when Party Like a Rock Star and stuff like that was in the club. Everybody was rolling.
Oh my God. Yep, I remember those sweating nights. Thank God that era is gone.
Man, who you telling?
But
so yeah, after a while, even my boyfriend got out. He got med boarded out. So basically everybody was ready to move. My folks were here already, and my mama was like, man, there's no recession in Huntsville at all. She was like, just look it up. And then she was like, and you a veteran, and you a black female, you get all kinds of preference points on jobs. You can get a job out here. So shit, came out here and I want to say like March 2012, and by June I had 2 jobs.
you had 2 jobs.
2 jobs. I had a bullshit, boring, clerical type security job, and then I started working at Journeys in the Mall, which is how most folks originally knew
who you were.
Yeah, from Journeys in the Mall, because I got promoted there pretty quick, and got my
because of the rotation. Yeah.
Yeah, because the rotation and. Shit, I was our security.
You did it all, goddamn.
I was everything. I mean, you see the security in the mall.
Very lackluster.
Black Friday and stuff like that. They get to fighting in the store. All the girls start looking around. I'm just like, I got it.
You bring it back.
Hold on.
You're gonna have to leave, sir.
That's exactly, hey, y'all gonna have to handle this shit outside.
Real talk. I ain't gonna fuck up a good thing I got going on right here.
Y'all got me fucked up. Right? So it was never any issues, and I had to back a couple people down at the store in Madison Square Mall. So they was like, yeah, she needs her own store. She handling it.
Right. That's kind of good though, because it says a lot about your character.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna handle whatever I gotta handle. That's one thing about me. And if I can't, I'm gonna tell you.
I like that.
I can't do that.
Smooth. I mean, not saying, it's like knowing your strength and hiding your weaknesses.
Yeah, know yourself. If you don't, what you out here doing?
Man, well, 'cause they got a place for you. They got all sorts of shit going around if you don't know yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna be out here working for somebody who do know themselves. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do for the time being.
Right. Definitely no shade against anybody out here working for anybody else. That just is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. But baby, if you get the means and you know you a go-getter and a self-starter, go out there and
do it, man. I'm trying to tell you.
You ain't gotta work for these folks.
I'm trying to tell you because, I mean, I would say this, man. Like we were saying, we don't have nothing against that. It's just more so, you're gonna be working 3 times harder for yourself, but it's going to your future, not theirs.
Right, exactly. And like I said, know yourself. Like, I can't work for nobody else. My area manager at Journeys talked to me crazy. I quit the next day. I was like, I can't.
You know what I do?
Yeah, I can't do this. Like, I'm way too violent for that shit. I can't. I'm much less violent these days, kinda.
Maturity.
Yeah, maturity, because we talking like 10 years ago. But yeah, I was like, I can't do this. I'm gonna be done choke somebody because they my manager, they can talk to me any type of way. So yeah, if you got that kind of attitude, you might need to figure out your own business.
I agree. I agree. So, all right, we're talking about the security. Now, this is kind of what led us to this point. Well, you know, the journey of what you do now.
Right.
You said you started working security. And you said that was what again? journeys, but you said also you was working 2 jobs. What was the last?
Oh, that was Walden Security. That it was like a little clerical job at Missile Defense Agency.
Okay.
So a lot of paperwork, scanning people's clearances in to make sure they had key card access to the building. Walk around every hour, make sure this door is locked, this door is locked, this sign.
How big is your keys?
It wasn't even keys, it's a little key card.
Well, I missed that. We missed that area.
I was about to say, that's back in the day.
You missed that area.
Yeah, that's over with. It's key cards now. One key card, and you put into the computer where that person can access and where they can't, and you can revoke access if you need to the whole nine. Yeah, but that shit was boring.
I bet.
I ain't get to fight nobody.
I didn't get the roundhouse
I
nobody.
ain't get to fight nobody.
Okay, so after that was done, you said it was boring. You said, I need something, you know what, this is just not working for me. In either one of these jobs, how did it lead you into doing what you do, the genesis of that, like doing the club scene?
So the old owners of 3208, Nate and Biz, were actually some of the first people I met and befriended when I got to Huntsville. We met at a sneaker ball, actually, at Envy, like probably 2012, 2013. Around 2016, 2017, 2016, because 3208 opened November 2017.
Right.
So like 2016, they started doing their own events, different places. And I can't remember, they had rented something out somewhere and they called me and they was like, hey, can you do security? And I was like, sure, why not? I'll whoop on a motherfucker if I need to.
Yeah, shit.
Started doing security for a couple of their little events and then did grand opening with them. Just as a singleton, when they opened 3208, and it was pretty much up since then.
Oh, so that was the small snowball that started the roll.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I wasn't even looking to get into security. Nate and Biz just, like, I've always... You could tell, or at least you used to be able to tell a lot better, like, that I was in the military. So that kind of sternness, they was like, they're the ones that asked me. I didn't ask about working security. They called me and they was like, hey, you'll work security? And I was like, shit, why not?
Yeah, I need a job.
Yeah, I ain't gonna turn on no
money. Man, what? I mean, you a hustler now, so
I ain't gonna turn on
no money, especially if it's good money to be made.
Yeah, I think... if I'm not mistaken, I think I was staying in Glen Park then. It was a little triplex that's still out there, but it's like $700 now. But it was $300 rent. I was like 10% disabled with the VA, so I was getting $300 a month from the VA.
Oh my God! So you just getting your prayer paid?
Yeah, so I was like, shit, work me a little event on the weekend, and that money is damn near all to the good.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I was just work a little security every now and then. I was doing personal training too.
Oh, okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit, not that much, but I was doing house calls for ladies for personal training, but I just didn't like it that much.
Oh, because they didn't really want to put in the effort?
Not necessarily that. Sometimes people be wanting to talk.
Right.
After the workout, like those feel good endorphins are coming out and
you got to go to the next spot.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I wasn't very social then. Working security made me much more social. Like, I'm actually kind of socially awkward.
Me too.
But, working security, you got to talk to people, de-escalate, smooth stuff over with people, because I don't want to fight all the time no more. No. Sometimes I do, but most times I be like,
man, God damn, they about to get the fight.
Somewhere else, please. God,
they about to do it again, man. You see it from a mile away.
Yeah, so you got to learn how to talk to folks. So a few years ago, this interview would have been going totally different. You'd have been asking me stuff, and I'd have been like, yep.
All right.
Nope.
She don't say anything. That type of time. Okay, so as you're getting into that, you're rolling into that, you was like, all right, then I'm liking this. I like this kind of money. Everything's advancing, you know what I'm saying? They're calling me back every weekend. And so you're officially hired as a security at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was it like, since you're the first individual, how was it like working with a crew?
It was cool, but in the beginning, we were like most club security crews, which was just a bunch of people in a building working. There was no working together for real.
No structure.
No structure, no team atmosphere. Nothing like that. Just a bunch of people in there with security stuff on working. And at first they actually wouldn't even let me on the floor. They said females weren't allowed to work the floor. I had to work the door. If everybody remembers, I
remember that.
be at the VIP door with my little blazer and my ponytail.
Yeah, I'm the pretty one. Yeah, just come on in through. Yeah.
Come on, got you down real quick.
Nah, you're good.
And then Jesse came and got me.
Oh, Lord.
Jesse came and got me. Jesse came over, he said, used to be military, huh? I said, yep, infantry. Because I be telling people, I be like, shit, I was infantry. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I was infantry.
Real talk.
You ain't gonna take that from me, goddamn.
Hell no. Hell, they shooting at you. Yeah, you shooting back. Hell, I'm infantry.
Right. And he was like, oh, you got your license, huh? And I had went and just found somebody I could get my license through. So I was fully licensed and everything. So he was like, okay. When can you come down to Boomers? I went down there. He hired me. I used to sit at Boomers from 8 p.m.
Oh, them couple of hours be boring in the motherfucker.
Oh, it was horrible. Then I would go to 3208. Then I would go back to Boomers. So I really didn't get into any like bigger issues until I got to Boomers.
This is the good stuff. This is what I'm like getting into.
Now I got into my first actual fist fight as security at 3208. But like running in, helping breaking up fights and stuff, that didn't happen until Boomers.
Okay.
But I never got into a fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of like a scuffle where you breaking just shit up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Boomers. Shout out to Boomers. You know what I'm saying? Hell, that's our local entertainment for the ladies of the night. So and it's a exquisite place, if I might add. Very exquisite. And so bring us to that point where you actually had to do the fisticuffs.
That girl crazy. I can't even remember her name. But every time she see me now, she be like, now, Toya, you know I ain't on no bullshit tonight. Ain't nobody trying to fight you. She actually scratched my eyeball.
What?
Like my actual eyeball. So
like
I
the
had
lid?
I had to finish the fight with my eyes closed. But man, she pissed me off. I ended up kind of picking her up in the air and like kind of tossing her against the door a few times. Y'all know that?
Bang, yeah, that's heavy.
Broke as fuck though. That shit was broke as fuck. I kind of hit on it a little bit, and then Teely and them was trying to get out to help me because the girl had pissed everybody off that night. So Teely and them was banging on the door from the inside. It was like Teely, Imani, I can't remember who else, but after I whooped her ass, they came out there and whooped her ass because she was just on one. Then when she pulled off, she hit everybody's car and left. It was just—
That's come out and go no more.
Yeah, it was a night. It was a night. But yeah, she scratched my eyeball. I was on social media laughing about it. Like, y'all look at my fucking eye. Social media starts writing me. They're like, you're gonna go blind. I was like, what?
In the comments. Yep.
I was like, what do you mean? I'm gonna go blind? They was like, you need to go to the doctor right now.
ASAP. Why are you on the goddamn line?
That's all I got is VA insurance. What you mean I need to go to the hospital? I didn't go blind, but yeah, it was funny. It was a funny time. It was hilarious.
Good times. Good times. That's all that's all about. Okay, so Boomers, that happened. Now, after you had your physical altercation, so now how many, like this is beginning, this is a year in, 2 years?
No, I think this is like 3-4 years into me working security. Like I'd always been able to talk people out of stuff and like honeypot the guys to get them out of there. Like, come on, baby. Just, not tonight. Rub the shoulder a little bit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tonight, baby. You don't want to do that. Or if you do, just do it at the Chevron down the street.
Not in here.
Right, because I can't body everybody out of the club, but if I can sugar you out that club, I'm going to sugar you out that club.
I like that. But
shit.
I like those tactics though, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta
kill everybody in there.
Exactly, hell. Like knowing how to deal with people, especially when they're not in themselves.
Right.
Come on now, yeah. You need that unless they got in their mind that they're gonna take it all the way there.
Right.
Now that's when things may get a little bit out of hand. But as far as that, you deep in it, and then something comes over, you say, I gotta change, I gotta up my game.
The shooting.
Okay, bring us to that, because that was going to be one of my questions. Did you ever have to use any, I say, not physical force, but use your combat skills?
Yes. So that was actually,
I remember hearing about that too.
I ain't gonna say that was the first time. I think that was the second time.
Okay.
I ain't even gonna say necessarily the first time was considered using combat skills. 507 was just whooping our ass. It was only two of us.
Right.
I say they weren't really whooping on me like that, but the security I was working with, oh baby, he never came back.
I remember that too.
507 was whooping his ass, and I was helping, and then I thought about it, and I was like, why the fuck am I out here tussling with all these niggas? I have a gun. I took a step out the fight. Stop! And everybody got like roaches. I never seen that po baby again.
Oh my God, man. It got so bad, goddamn, he made him quit. Damn.
Yeah, I can't lie. 507 was whooping his ass. I was trying my best to help, but they was so deep. That's back in the day when they always came out deep. Always, especially 32. And yeah, they was tearing our asses up. And my ass was fighting with them like a dumbass. I stepped back. I said, bitch, you have a gun.
It's right here.
What's wrong with you?
It's right here.
Everybody
You
fighting.
didn't have like no mason, nothing?
No, I hadn't learned about a layered defense. And at that time, you know, I ain't gonna say my ego is completely gone. But at that time, I still had a little bit of an inflated ego. So I feel like most security doesn't have a layered defense because of inflated ego.
I agree.
But you have to understand, you can't always go hands-on, especially not these days, because folks will take you to court in a heartbeat.
Man, what?
Yeah, so you have to
That's
have
a
an
job description now.
Yeah, you have to have it in between. And even when you mace, legally, you're supposed to give them folks aid afterwards. If you'll see me outside the parking lot somewhere with some water over somebody's face because I done sprayed their ass.
Right.
And I don't want to go to jail.
Of course.
Because I ain't give them no aid.
I feel that like for liability purposes, you know?
Yeah, but back then, I didn't know this. All I had was a gun in hands.
Oh.
And that was it. I don't even think I had a vest at the time.
So no actual real deal security training. You had combat training, but you didn't have no security training.
Right. And of course we went over, you know, how to do stuff on the ground. However, I'm a truck driver. We do all of our tactics in our vehicles. We drive certain ways, we angle our vehicle certain ways, but it's not usually our bodies doing it. I put over a lot of the tactics that we were using with our trucks to do it with our bodies.
Right.
Like cordoning off shit with your vehicle.
Okay, so wrapping it
Instead, you might see us at the door, at a crazy door or something like that, arms out like this, cordoning it off with people instead.
Makes sense.
Right, so I did use some of the tactics. It's just some of the stuff, they had to be switched up. And a lot was through trial and error. Speaking of 507, I tell them all the time, I developed so much protocol off of them. From, I ain't gonna say no names, but y'all know who you are, from having to draw down on the one that ain't wild no more in the parking lot all the time. And like maybe we flag each other on accident, flagging each other, you know, when you run and you're running in front of someone's line of sight or something.
Why would you do that?
Gun up in the line of sight. Because everyone has to be coordinated. If you see me running this way towards somebody, don't pick your gun up and point to them until I pass by you.
So when did you kind of like, you know, like kind of like, I would say kind of like have your lead arm and kind of be on this kind of type of time?
No, you talking about a different kind of tactic. That's what, if you're keeping it close to you, like if you're in a crowd somewhere, you're not ready to punch out yet. Yeah, but we talking about hauling ass across 3208 parking lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of motherfuckers.
Because he just pulled his gun out or something like that. Okay, boom. When we did that, we did this wrong. Y'all, we got to develop this protocol so we don't do that no more.
Right.
Or, okay, we lost control of this line this day. What did we do wrong? What can we do better for next time? And a lot of that, you know, had to do with 507. That's probably why we got such a great relationship with them these days, because we was fighting back in the day.
Right.
And we developed so much protocol from 3208 based off of fights with 507. It was one fight where it was the whole Lions Pride and the whole 507 just at the front of 3208. Scrapping. Yeah, straight up. Just out there scrapping. We had a ball. We had a ball.
A great time. High five, guys.
For real. Who and them probably say the same thing. Oh, yeah, we had a ball with Lions Pride. We had a ball with Lions Pride.
I hear him saying that shit too.
Because we did.
I'm gonna have him on this goddamn show too, man. Yeah, I talked to.
Ask him about that.
I will.
We developed protocol off of them niggas.
I believe that because I remember how the evolution of how y'all used to rope things off, like y'all had y'all single file line at each other. Then y'all would have lines going this way, that way. Then y'all had like a tunnel, like where you can actually kind of like where you can kind of like gauge. I mean, y'all would be on the side, but then it kind of like that little corridor that you can just walk through.
Sometimes I might back the bumper of my Jeep all the way up to the building because they gonna move the ropes and shit. So you gotta put something unmovable up there.
That's right.
You don't never know what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta adjust as you go.
I feel that. It's, like I said, trial and error. But you got it. You got it.
What it is.
I'm trying to tell you.
I got it.
Well, you make it look good. You make it look good, girl. Okay, so in that being said, with all of those situations that happen, did you ever have to really deal with law enforcement?
Yeah, hell. I had to sit in the back of the squad car for like 4 hours after I shot Buddy. I was just sitting back there like, damn, I'm finna go to jail.
Damn. Yeah.
I didn't go, but I was like, man, they finna take. I mean, every other time I've been in the back of the cop car.
You already know what's gonna happen.
So it's just like PTSD. I was like, God damn, I'm going to jail. They let me keep my phone while I was back there. So I text my mama. I used to go to jail so often. My mama has always access to my bank account just in case she need to bail me out. So I text my mama. I was like, my mom finna go to jail.
Go ahead and get my bail money.
I'm finna have somebody call you for the money, okay? She was like, jail what? I was just like, yeah, I just shot a nigga. She's like, what?
Calm down, Mom. Calm down. Yep.
Yeah, it was a night, and I low-key went into shock in the back of the truck. Like, it hit me like, damn, you just shot a nigga, dog. Who was this nigga? You don't even know. Like, damn, is somebody finna be coming for me? Like, fuck. Just all of it hit me at once, and I'm back there like, man, I hope they let me out of this damn thing. But they were actually really, really cool about it. They had to take my gun to do ballistics on it like they do for any shooting, because I'm not the police. I'm an ordinary citizen just like everybody else. But they actually expedited the shit, so I got it back in like 2 weeks.
What? That's unheard of. You know how much time my gun has been in jail more than I have been sit there longer than I have before.
Oh yeah, no, I feel you. A partner of mine got locked up with one of my FNNs and his shit, and it took me like 2 or 3 years to get it back.
Most definitely.
So yeah, no, I was definitely grateful for them. I ain't gonna lie to you, HPD be looking out. Like, I ain't never been friends with cops before. This shit kind of weird, but the ones that I fuck with, I fuck with them. They be looking out for sure.
I like that because all of them ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? That kind of type of time. You know, especially since you're in the field, they know who you are, blase. They know what you run and this and that and that. So I think you be okay. You know what I'm saying?
You know I'm not no dirtbag just out here just doing fucked up shit.
You know what I'm saying? Are you just running around, just causing up a ruckus and really ain't got shit going on?
Right. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay, so so when did you have to elevate from that? Like after you did all that, like how did Lions Pride come about?
So shortly after the shooting issue, first of all, I became highly requested after that. Everybody was basically like, damn, we thought she was just
knocking down the door.
Yeah, we thought she was just something pretty searching people at the door. They was like, damn, she actually fights and she shoots. So people started hiring me for different little things, but then the head of security at the time for 3208 was just a little older, and as I see from first-hand experience nowadays, like he was tired of that shit.
Yeah.
He was burnt out from it. You know, you don't be wanting to do that shit no more. You get tired of the young folks' attitude. Every year they get younger and younger and younger. So they basically was like, hey, just go ahead and take charge of this shit.
Right.
Because he don't really want to be here. And
One
he
point.
didn't. And I feel him. So yeah, I kind of took over and I just immediately organized shit.
Good.
Immediately. Like I'm talking about, like we were in the military. I'm out there on the dance floor, knife handing people like, hey, focus on the fucking dance floor. You out here talking to hoes and shit. What's wrong with you? And it just kind of got together. And next thing you know, I think it was JB was like, hey, you know, my security ain't reliable no more, or it's people that I need for something else. Like Fat used to work for work security,
right?
But then, you know, he needed Fat for other stuff because he was investing in this and investing in that. So then he needed security. So then we just started getting venues. At one point, we had like 12 venues throughout here and the shoals and places we were going that wasn't necessarily our venue, but we were going in Birmingham as a guest. So yeah, we were all over the place. We were doing Atlanta for a little while too, but then everything just became too high demand here. Before COVID, I had like 40 something employees, and then after COVID, obviously I couldn't feed people.
Right.
Everything was shut
Everything,
down.
yeah.
So yeah, we kind of had to build back up from that. And like I said in the beginning, it's been up and down and up and down and up and down. I might, one month or one winter when it slows down, I might have 8 people. 'Cause that's the only people I got hours for. Then it might come around to event season and now I need 40.
Yeah, because you got to be everywhere at once, basically.
Yeah, it's definitely up and down for sure.
Well, it seems like a success, but like it's cutting grass or something like that. You know, like say you got your slow period, you got your peak season.
Yeah, for sure.
So like I just recently went up north. I just recently realized they don't really have car washes up there. And so you know, car washes out there in their peak season in the summertime is booming.
Right.
Because, you know, it's always cold, always freezing lines, blase. But other than that, you know, as you in your peak season, so that was the down period, your up period. So when was it like, no, wait a minute, I missed something. How's it like dealing with other different club promoters, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with them, you know what I'm saying? Like going through setting up contracts and stuff like that. And, you know, take us through the process of that.
Definitely went through a lot of trial and error with that. Changed the format of my contract a few times. Dealing with promoters is iffy. These days, I don't really have no issues, for real, for real. Everybody understands that I don't be tripping about nothing. You know, I'm just straight to the point. Let's get this done. Let's get paid. Let's get out of here.
Right.
But back in the day, it was definitely a little, you know, I started trying to raise the price in Huntsville for security as a whole, especially with what I was doing when you don't have to handle security at all. You don't have to handle hiring. You don't have to worry about uniforms. You don't have to worry about training, scheduling, none of that. So yeah, I need a little more money.
Yeah.
So I worked on getting the price raised, and that didn't go over too well with folks at first, of course.
Of course, you know how it is.
So had to show and prove. Definitely had to show and prove that we was worth that.
Yeah.
It was rough at first, but we got that price raised.
Of course,
yeah, we got that price raised for sure.
Like, well, they say if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
So, you know, hell. And if I always looked at it like this, especially if you give quality,
Right.
you are worth the demand.
I've always felt like you kind of get a little co-manager with me as well. Because I understand motherfuckers is looking for you every second of the night. You the club owner or you the promoter in charge for the night. Every now and then, if I done heard somebody ask where you at for the 18th time, rather than tell them where you at, I'm like, what do you need?
Exactly.
So I can just handle this shit real quick. Because you're getting on my nerves. I know you're getting on their nerves. So I do feel like I bring forth a little bit more of a service than just security.
Right.
So yeah, I gotta charge you a little more.
I feel that. I feel that because, you know, you're taking on the initiative and you're getting results.
Right.
Getting results.
I ain't had nobody complain yet.
Well, shoot.
Not about that part of it. I done got complaints.
I hear that.
Not about me helping with the extra stuff. I've never gotten any complaints about that.
Well, hell, if you're a helping hand, it's always, you know what I'm saying, everybody wants that, an extra helping hand.
Right.
So, with that being said, like, how did you get into the lifestyle, you know, I mean, the lifestyle as far as, I want to say, with the security as this is just what I'm going to do, like the lifestyle, like how is it? That's what I mean. How is it just doing this full time?
I mean,
owning it.
I love it. I figured out pretty early on that if you're doing it the right way, it really is something like a community service. You should be able to go out and, you know, de-stress from your life or stunt if you want to, you know, talk to ladies, talk to men, whatever it is you want to do. You should be able to go out and have a good time without worrying about dying.
Right.
Like, that's so fucking stupid.
But it happens though.
Right, but it happens. Every weekend around the country, somebody is dying at somebody's club.
Real talk.
And most of the time, it's because security isn't up to par. And that's not saying that I'm perfect or anything like that. It's just most club security could use to take their job a little bit more seriously. On the flip side of that, most promoters or club owners could use to pay better too, so that people could afford to take their job a little bit more seriously.
Exactly.
Because you're asking for some crazy shit when you really think about it.
Yeah, if you just said it with your statistics, somebody's dying every week. Come on now. So if you can prevent this, just up it a little bit,
Right.
and you'll get better performance.
And you got to think about the gear that I even need to do my job properly. I need a quality flashlight, 100 plus.
Yes, you're talking about the flashlight that, like, if you blink your eyes, it's still radiating your.
Hell yeah, something like 1,000 lumens or more type shit.
Right.
That's expensive.
Of course.
Okay? And then you're talking about you're probably going to lose one or break one several times in a fight.
Of course.
So you got to be able to replace it constantly. You're talking about a gun, extra magazines, a holster for the gun, a holster for the magazines. You already 1,500 plus right
in
now.
there.
If you're talking about a quality gun, we ain't talking about no High Point,
Hell no.
Taurus, G2.
That's a stapler.
Or none of that. Yeah, we talking about quality guns with quality attachments because you need a light on your gun. If you want to pick up your target quick, which in these fast-moving environments you need an optic on your gun. So we're already up there. We already up there into the
start
2000s
costs.
and plus.
Yep, start
and you
costs.
need your carrier, your plate carrier with all the pouches, with your plates in it. Because most of the time you buying those separately. We already just tacked on another $500-$600. Your tactical belt that's not gonna break or have you with your ass out when you fighting. Your shoes that's slip proof so you don't bust your ass in the club like I have 1,000 times.
Man.
Proper clothing, like we talk about $3,000-$4,000 if you
That's
get
an arm.
quality stuff.
Yeah, just to arm one of your guys.
Yeah, that's it. Like, bro, and you want to pay me $15 an hour?
No, that ain't working. Man, let's go do that. Let's do a line job.
You need to run into fights and run towards gunfire?
Toya,
Come on, dog.
handle them. Security.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. You pay me right, I'll jump in any fight that's out here. I could know I'm finna get thrashed out here. Like, this is
I'm getting paid well.
Yeah, this is all big ass men. I'm finna hop in here and grab somebody.
Right in this motherfucker.
Shit, even if I'm getting tossed around, I'm finna grab in somebody.
You know, it's gonna make it look like I'm doing my job.
But you gotta pay me.
I feel that.
You gotta pay me.
I feel that. You gotta pay the play, right?
Yeah, that's it. I'm throwed off. I'll do anything. You gonna pay me.
I fucks with that. So, what is your future endeavors like in this business? Where do you want to see Lions Pride go?
So I definitely want to see Lions Pride be able to get some more or less risk contracts. People need breaks. I got some people that got PTSD from this job, from things that they've seen or things that they've gone through.
I've heard you lost somebody at one point in time. I think it was probably a while back ago, but I heard they used to be unemployed for you one time, but then they had like let go and they had an apartment situation.
Oh, you talking about buddy that got into that shootout with the police? Yeah, I let go of him once I figured out how trigger happy he was.
Right.
There was a situation where he leveled his shit, AK, on somebody at Hideaway, and it jammed. Thank God.
That could have been a very legal battle for you.
Man, what you say? Yeah, because it wasn't no time where, like, he shouldn't, from what everyone told me, because I wasn't there in the situation. I was at a different venue that night, but from what I understood, it wasn't no time legally where he was allowed to shoot. And then he got into a situation downtown where there were 5 guys and it was him and one of his friends, and apparently he like stole off on Buddy in front of Sammy T's, and then the guys followed him to his car, and rather than duke it out a little bit, he just
wanted to wait till he got to
grabbed
grab
his
the gun
and shot 2 of them. And now, okay, for a normal citizen, okay, it's 2 of y'all and it's 5 of them. Okay, cool, defend yourself. But baby, you work security for me and we're always outnumbered. I feel like that was a little bit scary. If it was me and one of my security, we probably would have
whooped them. Yeah,
we probably would have fought. Even if we didn't whoop them, even if because we was outnumbered, we had to kind of maybe cheat a little bit.
Of course.
Up, hit a nigga with something.
Ain't no referee out here.
Yeah, we probably would have went ahead and duked that shit out for real. And just the fact that he didn't duke that shit out at first, that shit didn't sit right with me. I like fighters.
Right. Because that's like gang culture to me, because Like, from where I come from, you know what I'm saying?
make you fight.
They gonna make you fight. And 1-on-3 is like a normal thing.
Yeah, growing up in El Paso, that same gang culture was there.
Yeah, I already know.
Yeah, they was jumping people in at lunchtime.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about just you done had 3 fights and 5 fights in your whole life. Talk about you're fighting.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. Yeah, hell no. I felt like he should have fought. He shot them 2 folks. He didn't think he was going to jail. I was pretty positive he was going to jail over that shit. So I had to let go of him. Other people hired him on after that. I warned them, and then he shot it. He did what he did.
Yep.
Shot the police, and yeah, he's in jail doing whatever's happening now.
Is he? I thought he passed.
No, he's in jail.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything after that, but I wouldn't be surprised if something happening to him in there.
Well, everybody's got free will to make their choices and their mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody's pulling you back, trying to pull you back off the ledge, but you refuse to take the helping hand that you supposed to receive, hey.
Yeah, you can't crash out on 12, dog. Like, no matter how bad shit goes, you can't crash out on 12. Like, that's just absolutely the wrong answer.
If it's not for something, let's just say that's not probably right to crash out on 12.
Right, like, don't get me wrong, okay, on some civil rights type shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You see 12 doing some wrong shit, whooping the shit out of somebody, they don't deserve that shit. You are legally allowed to defend that person if you got the balls to do it. But, yeah, just on some crash out shit, dog, like, what you doing, man?
Who's your friend?
What you doing? He's wherever he is right now, with whatever's happening to him,
Okay. So I ask everybody this question. You have to go through some pain in order to get to some gain. So me asking you, what was your pain into gain moment in your whole lifetime? What's your pain into gain moment?
I had 2 major ones.
Shoot for one.
The first one was getting arrested at that damn Border Patrol checkpoint an hour outside of El Paso. That was the first one where I was like, damn, bro, I fucked up.
Big time.
God damn, I'm talking about, like, we had a lot of stuff. It wasn't just me, it was 3 other people, but like, we had a lot of stuff on us. And it was like 10 years appeal back then in El Paso, in Texas, I mean. And I had like 30 of them things on me. Like, I was fucked. And my mama went to school with a prestigious judge. And he was like, I can move
some things.
Do a little something. I was like, bet, where the hell?
Sign me up.
So yeah, that a blessing.
Right.
A blessing. Shout out to whoever that judge was and my mama and UTEP. That and the getting put out the Army. Thank God it wasn't a dishonorable discharge, but getting put out the Army, because I had actually re-enlisted. Excuse me. I had re-enlisted for like a long one. Like, I had re-enlisted for like another 7 years on top of that. Because I was like, I'm ready to do this. You know what I'm saying? The soldiers that are coming through now, they suck. I'm finna go to Afghanistan. I'm finna be super soldier again.
You know, be Captain America, ain't you?
Right. So I was like, I'm re-enlisting. We're doing this. Like, actually, when they asked me why I wanted to re-enlist, I was like, because these new soldiers suck, and I think I can say.
Oh my God, that's not what you say.
Yeah, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say.
I feel that. That's how you say that.
I've always been that way. Straight up, I was like, yeah, these new soldiers, the new caliber of soldiers, they suck. Like, they weren't even standing at parade rest for their NCOs. Like, where's your respect, young man? Yeah. Like, what's wrong with you? If your NCO got to tell you straight out of training to stand at parade rest, you tripping, dog. So, like, what's your issue?
So how do you feel about today's soldiers, Marines, and seamen? Like they always on their phones and stuff, and
all the stress passes and all of that. Like, I understand that we're in a changing and evolving society, but at the end of the day, is the military a cheat code? Yes. Do I tell people go in there, use it as a cheat code and get the fuck out? Yes. However, at the end of the day, you are being prepared for war. Fuck your feelings. Fuck them soft ass emotions. Fuck all that bullshit. What the fuck is a stress pass?
What the fuck is a stress pass? I feel that.
When them orders is
Woosh! What you gonna do?
I wish you had a fucking stress pass. You better find a goddamn bunker.
Something.
Why are you talking about a fucking stress pass? That shit's stupid as fuck. If your ass is on something like Route Tampa, which I don't know if it still is or not, used to be the most dangerous road in the world, and that motherfucking vehicle start coming towards you and you flagging that bitch and it ain't stopping, your ass gonna wish you had a stress pass. You better pull out your gun and stress pass his ass.
I'm trying to check. It's either me or you.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Like, you either tough through that shit or get discharged because you're not supposed to be here. Or you just need a paper pushing job.
Try that out. Try it out.
Even at the end of the day, I know it's an extreme example, but even if you're on a big fob where you don't go outside the wire in Iraq or somewhere like that where we're currently at war with, there's still a chance your base could get overran.
And what are you going to do then?
Right, like, don't get me wrong, like, we America, we are muscle. It's very highly unlikely, but it definitely could happen.
It could happen.
You still need to be prepared, and you was just out there soft as wet tissue, not prepared for anything because you stress passed your way through basic and AIT.
Can I tell you something, man? Man, I'm into one of those a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff. What if that shit went down and it, like, say for instance, it's like fuck money, survival's water, necessity stuff. Like, are people really prepared for that? That's what I've been thinking.
Hell no. And you can't come to my house if you don't have a skill.
I'm trying to tell you, you gotta be able to build this for it.
I know I got everything I need. Y'all cannot come to my shit. Y'all ain't even gonna know where my stuff is cached at.
There we go.
Honestly, but yeah, you can't come to my stuff. You better be a doctor or a farmer or a nurse or something, because you can't.
Something conducive.
Yeah, but I got a plan. But these folks ain't ready. Yeah, these folks ain't ready. If you got a gated community, when I march in and get
I'm gonna take this bitch the fuck over.
You're safe. Just chill. I'm taking that shit over. We're gonna have a guard post.
Well, shoot, if you look at things, look how a lot of suburban areas are now. A lot of, I would say, subdivisions are. They're one way in, one way out. Like, something's telling me that it's like, say for instance, they put this whole country under martial law and they put a post up out in front of a perimeter and a post out there.
Yep.
Hey, that's just my thinking. Now, when I see it, I'm like, it's only one way in, one way out.
Yep.
I'm kind of scared a little bit. Everything's ran by the internet, so if they want to just shut this bitch down, turn this motherfucker off.
Yeah, if they want to lock you in your house, all of that.
I'll be thinking that shit.
Yeah, all of that stuff is possible. And who's to say that they wouldn't?
They would.
Like, this is a tyrannical government, whether we're going to admit it
or not. It's a tyrant in there right now. Yeah, I'm not mad at it, but
they're all tyrants, though. Like, it's definitely not to say I'm not an advocate for the current president or nothing like that, but they're all tyrants.
Of course.
Like, they're all the same. I don't know what all the hoopla is about the current one. They're all the same.
I just look at it like this. At the end of the day, you gotta survive and do what you can do.
That's it.
That's it, because
I ain't worried about them folks.
Me neither. I'm gonna do and economy-based wise, a little bit. But at the end of the day, I'm still gotta do what's necessary to do what I do for my family.
Oh yeah, I ain't even worried about the economy. Is that mine over there?
Could be.
Hopefully they'll hang up in a second.
But don't worry about it. But okay, what do you have to say? No, I'm like this. What do you have to say? What would you because we're about to wrap up, what would you give out to the world in your own words?
Just anything?
Anything that can help the world. What would you give out to? What game would you give out?
Mind your fucking business.
Ooh, you live longer. You will live longer. If you mind your business, you will live a lot longer.
Mind your business. I'm sure you got plenty. I'm sure, and if you don't, find you some.
Please.
Mind your business. Folks be too worried about what other folks got going on. That's the problem with so much stuff. Like, it's so many specifics I could go off on. I ain't even go down that rabbit hole. Just mind your business. It'd be so much stuff that don't have nothing to do with you. Your happiness, your survival, none of that. Just mind your business.
But everybody want to be in the mix until you're on the cross.
Yeah, mind your business. You don't want me to call your name in court, then don't call my name nowhere else.
I'm trying to tell you.
Mind your business.
All right. Well, do you have any shout outs, anything you want to give out? I mean, any shout outs you want to give out to people, anything?
No.
That's the realest answer I heard thus far.
Shout out to my team. Shout out to my club owners that take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, no. Everybody give me a hard time. I ain't got a shout out for nobody. Fuck y'all.
Oh, shit.
Like, I love y'all, but fuck y'all.
Now, that's a real pain in the game right there.
Real.
All right, tell them where they can find you at.
Y'all already know y'all can follow me at Trill Toya on Instagram. I don't really be on the Lions Pride page like that, but I did just get some metas, so I am finna start that security TV up. So y'all holler at me when you see me at the clubs. Be funny.
like that. Man, that's been another episode from Pain into Game. It ain't personal, just game, and we out.